Hey, The Ugly Truth
I'm looking
is
forward to this
inspired by basically my thing. So, the last 2 weeks I've posted something funny and, my opinion on my Facebook. And I get a lot of friends that unfriended me. And our
They ain't real friends then, is they?
Our holy ugly truth thing is, it's key phrase, just because it's your opinion doesn't mean you're right. Just because it's my opinion doesn't mean that it's the holy grail.
Unless you're listening, honey, in which case you're completely accurate.
I'm so glad my wife doesn't listen. She watches videos and shows that have no motto to it. At least our show has a motto to it. Her shows that she watches is like nothing, absolutely nothing.
Our tribute to the troops this week is PFC John William Watkins. Look them up, folks. You need to know the stories. We tell you these things for a reason, so you gotta look them up.
And I listened to a little bit, and this guy, he didn't die recently. He was in Vietnam. And if we have any veterans that are listening that are from the Vietnam era, number one,
thank you for your service.
Number two, welcome home.
By all means, welcome home.
Okay, my dad was a Vietnam veteran, and I didn't even know that he served in the military until I went to boot camp. And I'm like, wow, didn't even know.
Go into the archives and check out our podcast and check out the Memorial Day episode. Right. You'll hear that whole story.
Yeah. So, whatever you do, remember, HTrain show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or be nice and ask Alexa to play Military Broadcast Radio.
Be nice to Alexa. You're usually mean to her.
At 8 p.m. and she'll play it for you. And what's some other ways?
The app. You should definitely download the app. The second app. There's an old one. We've got a new and improved one. So definitely the app and definitely the website. Or here on social media.
Yes. And if you miss a show...
Who would do that?
I have no idea. The other day I was asking who was watching, and you even said, I think Joel's dad's listening. But if you missed the show, you can always check us out on Stitcher, iHeart, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. But most importantly, know when you're listening to the show, share it with a veteran, because all the time, every show, we provide some kind of information to help transition our military to civilian life, because the number one mission on this show is showing veterans that there are programs out there beyond the VA. So don't miss it, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and once again, me and Rob are giving veterans a voice. And he didn't do the Ghostbuster point.
The Bill Murray. You're not doing the Bill Murray, you're doing it wrong.
8 p.m. everybody. Don't be late. See ya. Alright, it is that time again. Oh my gosh, what's different here? Is it a plane? Is it
You're freshly waxed.
Freshly waxed? No. We don't have our headphones. We're going to see if this is going to screw with us or not. But we're going to try without... I do. I just feel like it. For the broadcast, we'll have our headphones. But we're going to try this,
Do we have to wear pants?
No. In fact, I'll tell you what. We should come in one day with...
No pants on?
No pants on.
To make the listeners...
With some boxers, We have a boxer challenge,
What? I'm not sure how this is a boxer challenge.
Well, I was just kind of like dancing. Oh boy,
he snorted.
That was not a snort. I almost snorted. But hey, we got a great show for you. Welcome. It is not only the HTrain show, it's Monday Night Live right here at the Colorado Media School here in the Lakewood / Belford area. I'm starting to think Belford area and Lakewood is it's like a little slash, like kind of like my house, Denver, Aurora. You say Denver when you're trying to keep the appraisal of your house up, consider you Aurora. So that's what I'm starting to think. But we have a great show planned. Let's start us off, Rob. Who we got today?
So we're going to interview a very good friend of mine. We already recorded the interview with my buddy Josh, one of the owners of DCF Guns. And we're talking about to him at Liberty Fest, and we're going to air that tonight.
All right, awesome. And then the What the Moment, we're doing the continuation. I can tell that our producer is tired of this because she's like,
She's a little worn out.
Hey, this is getting old. And I'm like, look at the videos. You guys asked for it, so we're giving it. Last week...
Help her out. If you got some more circus freaks, send them our way.
Last week we had 1,500 views.
That's crazy. 1,500 of you.
1,500
What do people do with your time?
views.
You're listening to this.
Right?
Goodness.
Well,
Get a life.
Chicago PD and all them.
Yeah.
They're not on. But, hey, we have the What the Moment. We're continuing the Circus Freak with the Zebra Man. That's what my wife calls him. But the Great Ami. We're going to find out the story about this. This guy's kind of cool. Did I like spit in your eye or something?
No, not again.
Okay.
There's a place very far from this world, and the only way you can get there is through music. Remember, only music can set you free and fill you with energy to life. Be prepared for a new music transformation. And in a moment, you will be transported to this place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
For the listener with a sense of humor.
Today's show is brought to you by Tee It Up for the Troops. Divots can be replaced. Freedom cannot. Portions of this program may not be suitable for those under the age of 18. Parental guidance is suggested, but not mandatory.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
I don't care if it sounds crazy and has a brain injury. He is funny as
We're definitely in support of those that serve.
Rock has 2 words of advice for you. Simply put, get ready.
There's a lot of non-profit organizations out there.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Business can make dreams come true.
The HTrain Show.
HTrain Show.
On your butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Every single Monday, we come in to your... Oh, shoot. We gotta fix the camera. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Are we live on
Facebook? We are live on Facebook.
All right.
We are live
I
on
believe
Facebook. We are live on Facebook. The mic and everything's on, see?
Yep. All right, we're good. All right. I'm trying to share it.
We're live. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes
It just gets moving.
it takes a while. It's like bipolar.
Can you say that anymore? Are you allowed to say things
I
like
think
that?
so.
You allowed to call your phone bipolar?
You're allowed to call. You're allowed to call matters bipolar. I don't think you should call people bipolar. I don't know. If somebody said that I was bipolar, I wouldn't take offense, but, And again, I don't take offense to most things. Except
I
when
feel like we're going to talk about that later.
Except when people call me Joel.
Who calls you Joel?
Like they'll come up to me and they'll like, we're looking for Joel. And I'm like, my name's Joel?
Well, I would
Joel.
say to you that sounds like, let me post it. That sounds like Jor-El to me, Superman's dad, which makes you super cool.
Hey, there we go. There is a silver lining if you don't call that. If you don't call Kettle being black or whatever you want to call it. But hey, it's another live show here at the Colorado Media School on Monday Night Live. And our super creative video maker, our commercial maker, is doing something special. I don't know if it will debut Monday, next Monday or the Monday after that, but it's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
How's it going to be?
It's going to be huge. Huge. Okay? So we got a great show for you today. And, remember that broadcasting here in colorful Colorado is another episode of the HTrain show. We're here. Our mission and our only reason to live is to show veterans and all of our men and women in uniform all over the world that there are more programs out there beyond VA. My name's HTrain.
I'm Rob.
And thank you so much for riding with us. And, this whole time, there it goes. There's the first hiccup.
What's that? Is that one? Are we on number one?
We are on number one, yeah, because apparently I forgot to hit the mic button when we talked. So everybody listening online completely heard everything that we were talking about. But unfortunately, I guess we wasn't broadcasting on the phone app and stuff. So
well, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Hey, it occurs to me as I'm sitting here in your office that don't forget, folks, places that support us, like Folsom Customs, they made our masks that we use. Well, we don't wear them all that often. But the masks, they donated those to us. Check out Folsom Customs if you snowboard, if you ski, things like that. Check them out. Ski season's coming up.
Yes. And they're really cool. They went and, if you are a health person. We have an echo because nobody told me that the camera thing was still on, and I didn't have the thing. Yeah, you got an echo, guys.
That's two.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks,
Luke Johnson. Thank you.
We just figured that out.
Do you know Luke Johnson, or is he?
I do. Luke Johnson is my best friend.
Well, that's unfair.
He's the one.
Thanks, Luke.
He's the one that fixed up my motorcycle. It only took 6 years, but I finally got a motorcycle, and now my wife can't get me off of it.
We have another sponsor that helps us out a lot.
Yes.
Colorado Moto Service. If you're in the Colorado area and you need your motorcycle fixed, give a call to Colorado Moto Service. Hey, pass me those stickers that we just got tonight.
Yes.
Check out what we got.
Are we giving these stickers away?
No, these ones are for you.
Oh.
Colorado Biker Lawyer, thanks for your support. We really appreciate it. Thank you for helping out the veteran community.
Yes.
So yeah, if you want a Colorado Biker Lawyer sticker, I will send you one. You don't have to win nothing. Where did that cool breeze just come from?
I think the school turned on the AC for us because I was
telling them they're listening to
us.
us.
Well, they want us here.
It's a hot box in this plate. In this room. What you can't see is there are lights everywhere.
Yes.
And yeah, it's hot in here to say the least.
Right, exactly. Well, so we have a great show planned for you today.
We do?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic show.
I thought it was just one of our regular shows.
No, fantastic show. Now, it's not going to be anything like me hooking up the dog collar.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, too. We haven't had a chance to talk about that.
And I can't pronounce this. They said, yes, give us a call.
Oh, yes, that absolutely. That
go.
is Colorado Moto Service.
Yes,
Love
there you go.
Thank you.
So since they're listening, Rob, how about you tell everybody?
I will tell everybody.
Tell everybody a little bit about Moto Service.
Colorado Motor Service is in Lone Tree, Colorado.
There you go.
They work on all kinds of stuff. They are the only Ural service center in the greater Denver metro area. So if you are doing the Trans-American Trail, if you are flying into Colorado, if you got a bike in the greater Denver area that you need fixed and you need worked on or whatnot, give them a call. Give Colorado Motor Service a call by all means. And they're big supporters of us, so we really, really, really appreciate that.
Yes, from now on, when I have an issue with my bike, I'm going to go to them.
Well, they don't work on Harleys. Can't say I blame them because all you guys do is take that thing to the shop. Speaking of which, hey, what are we doing this weekend?
We are.
Where are we Saturday?
Harley Davidson Parker.
Mile High Harley at Parker.
Smoke. Yep. I think it's called Smoke Fest.
Smoke Show.
Smoke Show.
I thought they were referencing my wife because she is a smoke show.
Oh, okay.
So,
all
but
right.
apparently no, it's something to do with burning tires off of bikes.
So if she's a smoke show, does that make you a trophy husband?
Oh, I'm absolutely a trophy husband.
Yeah.
Let me be crystal clear on
I
this.
wish we could post the picture that was taken of you Saturday at the disabled vets or
dude, I posted that thing
vets.
everywhere. That's the best picture of me that's come out in years.
Oh my gosh, we finally found a.
Thank you, Jason Briggs.
Yes, we finally found a person that can crop out the fat.
So apparently, you know how the camera adds 10 pounds?
Yeah.
Apparently, I gave away 10 cameras.
Yes.
Because, man, I look 40 pounds lighter in that picture.
Oh, yeah.
I'm updating everything with that picture.
I had to enlarge it. I'm like,
who is that? Is that
this
Rob?
Rob?
How old is that picture? It's got to be 30 years old at least.
Because when I saw that, I'm like, no, that's not Rob. That can't be Rob. And I'm like, oh, my God, that's Rob.
Look, I'm saying is retirement's been good to me is what I'm saying.
His gut's gone. I'm like,
what gut?
You've got a gut.
All muscle, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Rock solid.
That's the reason why we have
I'm devoted.
extra large shirt to tuck away the fat. Let's be honest here.
It's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
There's a couple reasons I like these shirts. But, yes, you're exactly right.
Look, gentlemen, let's have a moment with Peyton kind of time. Okay?
I love moments with Peyton.
All right.
Are you comparing yourself to Peyton Manning? Because that's pretty awesome if you are.
No, but I'm sounding good right now. if you're 35 or over or whatever, and you're looking for those sharp abs, it would just be a good rule of thumb to go to Walmart and buy some extra large shirts, because that rib thing, that ain't happening unless you get the magic marker out, okay? I'm just telling you.
So I spent all Saturday night at Vet Fest in Colorado Springs.
Yes. And I was going to join you.
But you were otherwise occupied.
Yes.
But it showed me we as veterans, we are a demographic. When we're in the military, we are highly disciplined. PT, 6:30 or 5:30 to 7 a.m. every day. You're standing tall. You go run your miles. You do your thing.
Right.
And then we get out of the military. We become veterans. Veterans, we are not taking care of ourselves. We are not doing the right thing.
Get in my belly.
I got it. Your knees hurt. I'm there with you. But you got to do something, man. Put down the Marlboros, says the guy who smokes cigars every day. Put down the Marlboros, put down the Dr. Pepper. You hit the gym a little more. Look, we are not doing ourselves any justice.
No, we aren't.
You have got to hit the gym a little more. Don't let you set a standard when you were in. Keep that standard. Hit the gym. Hit jiu-jitsu. Hit whatever it is you got to do, man. But start taking care of yourselves, veterans.
Now, when you say hit the gym, I have a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Jim. If I hit him, does that count?
I highly recommend it. Jim, I hope you're listening. Next time you're hanging out with H here, you might want to keep them paws up, man. Protect the face.
I'm just asking for a friend. But
look at all those listeners, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of listeners.
Diane Altman Martin, Craig Ripley, Christina Goodpasture. Christina Goodpasture, how you feeling? Hope you're doing all right.
The one thing that really
Deanne Hayes.
The one thing that got me really excited, and I needed it because I had a hard week last week.
What happened?
Well, you know what happened with like the server at MBR going down and all that stuff.
Technology train wreck all week. Come to find out, every email I've sent out hasn't gone out in like 45 days. You got all of them today.
And then Monday I got like 45 emails all, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
That explains why nobody loves us.
But, it really helped because you wrote me and you're like, hey, H, guess what? I'm like, what? Dude, I've had like 11 people come up. They hear the show. They love the show.
Yeah, all those people at VetFest.
And I'm like,
thank you so much.
And I'm like, okay, hold up. Are these people that you're friends with?
No, people I had never met before.
No, people that I have never met before. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. So that tells me that somebody they're watching, they're listening.
They are. It's getting through.
And that's good stuff.
And we appreciate you listening. If you're on that watch party right this second, by all means, hey Scott, hey, what's up? What's up, dude? Jacob McCormick.
Yes.
He and I were paramedics together.
Okay.
And if I'm lying, I'm dying in like 1998.
Wow.
Yeah, a very, very long time ago. I remember when he went through paramedic school. Awesome paramedic now and like running the shop and stuff. But, yeah, good guy. It's amazing the people that are listening in. But, yeah, all these people walking up to me at VetFest, and they're like, you're Rob. And what, checking my name tag. Yeah, as far as I know I am. Yeah. We love your show. Really? You do? You do? Man, you got to up your game if you love our show. But, yeah, I really appreciate all those people coming out and saying, hey, that they like the show. And if you're at a place like VetFest, it's 400 veterans.
Yeah.
I mean, pounding beers and listening to country music. But, I mean, hey, it's 400 veterans, and people are walking up to us and being like, hey, really like the show. And that means people are listening, and that means people are getting our message, and that means a lot to me. That means that veterans are listening, and they're accessing the resources that we give out, and that means the world to me. So I really appreciate that.
Well, and, you said there was 400. Was that like was that the max capacity? Did it say how many total vets?
So they only allowed 350 people into the facility because of COVID and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
But they had satellite locations at a couple of other bars in the Colorado Springs area. And the person that puts VetFest on is a radio personality in Colorado Springs. And she came up and she was like, hey, love the show, which means that other radio personalities are listening to our show.
Of course. We even have it in our intro.
Owl, we appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even all the radio stations are listening. It's not because it's like, we're funny or it's a great
It's
show,
because we're extremely attractive. We get that.
Or that I'm shocking myself on social media with a dog collar, But we're doing something that other radio shows aren't doing, and that is sharing information to help transition you back into civilian life. Because I feel, and Rob feels the same way too, that civilian life, everything shouldn't be like a secret. In the military, it seemed like everything was a secret. It shouldn't be like that. And that's the reason why we created this show.
I've been a civilian for 27 days, and it's been one of the most challenging things I've ever experienced. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Everybody tells me the first year out, because essentially leaving the military, somebody said it the other day, it's like getting out of prison. You're not far off at all. I mean,
no, it's exactly.
So
and
yeah,
it's scary. I mean, how many?
It's intimidating. Yeah.
How many in 27 days? How many jobs have you kind of changed because,
Yeah, you constantly got the feelers out there. Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, trying to find that fit because, yeah, there is no job where someone's looking for a paramedic with a top secret security clearance. That job doesn't exist. If you're field artillery in the military, they're not setting you up for success, man.
If you're a combat engineer, guess what? We're screwed.
Yeah. Well, you get your college paid for, you get all that cool stuff. I was a recruiter for a hot minute. Hey, Nick Burney, it's good to see you too, man. Hey, but yeah, you're not setting yourself up for success. So while you are in, get that college degree finished up. Use all the resources that you have, and then when you get out, listen to the HTrain show, and we got a whole bunch more resources available for you.
Most definitely. Well, we are going to go on our first music break. And, Rob, tell us again, who are we talking to on our first music break?
Josh Barton, the owner of Douglas County Firearms in Castle Rock.
So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State leader for Mission 22. Practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line.
You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
In just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast an historic bell, the Honor Bell.
The inspiration for the Honor Bell was about 3 years ago. I attended a funeral for a World War II veteran, and at the conclusion of the ceremony, there were no military honors given. And so I thought, there's got to be a better way to honor our service members, and certainly our veterans from the greatest generation. We had the concept of putting artifacts from military veterans in the actual bell.
We invited the Honor Bell Foundation from Denver, Colorado to come and watch us cast the first Honor Bell.
Each state line we stopped, we did a dignified transfer of these artifacts from one motorcycle group to the next, until we've gotten all the way here to Cincinnati and the Verdun Foundry, where we did one final dignified transfer.
It was a long journey, but it gave emphasis more to what we were doing and showing that the nation actually appreciated what we were doing.
I donated 2 of my husband's artifacts to the bell, his belt buckle from the Coast Guard and his dog tag from the Coast Guard. I just felt that the Coast Guard with the insignia on it was something that was really special.
We have artifacts from each major war since World War II.
The metal was so hot that it basically just melted those artifacts into the molten metal so that it makes those metals actually a part of the bell.
Working with the Verdun Company has just been an incredible experience for us. They've been working as partners with us all along the way, and without them we would never have the success that we have now for the first Honor Bell.
It's neat to be able to partner with the Honor Bell Foundation that has this mission to bring one of these bells to every national cemetery.
The Honor Bell Foundation, in partnership with Cincinnati's own Verdun Company, has forged the 1,000-pound bronze bell you see in left center field. After the pregame festivities, the honor bell will be escorted by the Patriot Guard Riders and Cincinnati Police, who will lead the bell away from the ballpark and begin the 1,192-mile journey to the bell's permanent home at Fort Logan National Cemetery in Denver.
Tolling of the bell really signifies a solemn moment. And each time it tolls, in our case 7 times, each one of those tolls represents something special and something that was lost to our country, and in this case, a veteran.
The next sound you will hear after the moment of silence that we are about to have will be the first tolling of the honor bell at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
These bells will be put all over the country to celebrate these lives of these soldiers that given their life truly for our freedom that we enjoy here in the United States.
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
This is Melody Pittman, Director of Operation Spirit, and you're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hear you? That's all right. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? And can you hear Josh?
Check. All right, now we're good.
So, Josh, first things first. I need to say very much.
Hold on.
I need to say hold on is what I need to say. Why are we clicking? What's
Well, yeah, just give me a second here. I'm trying to get the music going here.
We need music?
Well, I thought that I would.
I could just sing.
Well, yeah, you could do that, but we don't want them to leave.
I like that we keep a bowling bag full of, like, swag. At least I hope that's what that is. Because if you left that sitting in a park somewhere, I'd call the cops.
You know, one thing I want to get clear too, Rob, is I am not prior military.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, wait, what?
But we do employ a lot of prior military, which is why these causes are so important to us.
Tons. Yeah, so tell me about Liberty Fest, man. What sparked this? Where are we coming from here?
You know, Liberty Fest kicked off 3 years ago. This is our 3rd year anniversary.
Very cool.
We've been doing it with 105 Brewery every year, and they've partnered and been great partners with us as well.
I've heard dirty rumors that they're giving away free beer up there. Is that accurate?
You know, Eric's over here in the crowd. We could probably get him to confirm that everybody gets a free beer. I don't know if he can hear us. Yeah, he's standing right there.
He's pretending to ignore us, and I don't blame him.
I don't either.
So go ahead, Liberty Fest.
Yeah, so it kicked off because we wanted to do something that brought everybody together, you know, with common interests, common causes, help support our military. We've done stuff with various veterans organizations every year, and it just gets everybody together and teaches them about the safety of firearms, the education side. You know, this isn't the scary, I have to be pro-gun to show up. This is, we want to teach you. We want you to learn.
Yep.
And we want you to learn from the best, and oftentimes the best comes from our military.
Yep. And some of the guys you got in there are absolutely the guys that I've shot with a few of them. I've learned from a few of them. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so I've got to make a special announcement. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut off. Ladies and gentlemen, Denver Broncos, Brandon Stokely is in the house. He's here to meet the vets. So, Brandon, thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate it. Did you want to say a few words real quick?
Yeah, well, I thank you for having me. Love working with you, Joel, and the great company that you have, and you do so many great things for veterans. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all of y'all, and so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
it was a great interview. While we're talking, Brandon, we're going to. This is Holly over here. Ask her why she's not married, but go over to Holly, and she's going to introduce you to Max and all of them. It's an inside joke between me and Holly. So, Holly Wood. That's the reason why she's not married. She hasn't found the right wood yet.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be broadcast live around the world. Oh, wow. I wonder if I'm going to get any complaints on that one. Thanks.
Probably.
No, the forest will just be pouring in.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Dude, you've listened to the show once or twice. My phone blows up every time what's up? What we can do? What do you got? You have a song request? Okay. Hang out. Yeah. This young lady right here, go talk to her. She will hook you up with whatever song request you got. So, Josh, talk to me more about Liberty Fest. So, yes, like you were talking about, the veterans, really appreciate. I know you personally are a huge supporter of the veteran community. You've done great things for a lot of the nonprofits locally, tons of stuff. I really appreciate it. You've been giving away stuff. We've been able to give away products here. Who are some of the vendors that you've got inside right now that are supporting this cause today?
You know, I wish I had a complete list because now you're going to put me on the spot to remember all of them.
You can get them back to me if you need to.
But, I mean, we have our sponsor, our lead vendor for here is Springfield.
Cool.
And they've been a huge support for us for many years.
I just bought one of those. Love them.
But, I mean, we have other vendors here from Rizzini, LWRC, Walther is here.
I saw that. That's a nice...
I think we have Trigicon is here. We have CZ here. You know, I'm trying to remember them all off the top of my head. HK is here.
Yep, I saw that.
You know, just going through the list here. But, I mean, our vendors have been so supportive of all the veterans causes that we've done. It's been amazing.
Yes, it's been extremely impressive, and we really appreciate it. And I love your hat, by the way, as well.
Oh, thank you.
And I heard you have Nancy Pelosi's going to be here later today. That's amazing.
I wish
How
she
did
would
you
be.
put that together?
I wish she would be.
That's good stuff, man. Real good stuff.
It'd be nice.
And Uh-oh.
John Teague's here.
Yeah.
Who is?
John Teague.
John Teague.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, bring him over, man. Let's talk to him. We'll give him a microphone.
You know, we got VIPs everywhere.
The whole world's here.
Yeah.
Hey, so, Josh, and I realized that this was all because we used to work together and whatnot, I realized you did this specifically for me. I really appreciate your placement of the car wash and the bike wash. Well done.
Yeah, my wife really appreciated it too. Like, I took a picture of it, and I'm like, man, look at what I have to see all day. You need to get down here. And she called me a creeper. But
I told my wife she should put on her own bikini and come down here and wash cars.
I was going to put mine on and come down, but that guy Andy beat me in the dance show.
If I'm going to wear short shorts and bend over and wash cars myself, then she better get down here too.
Yeah, what happened, man? You were rocking the shorts, and you're going golfing now. What's up?
I had a little bit of a cramp, and I was being restricted, and so I had to let it loose.
So I'm going to give you the last minute, Josh. Is there anything that you want to talk about, you want to announce today, anything you want to give out, any coupons you want to talk about, any sales going on, anything that you want to shout out for about the next minute? Now is your chance. You have the platform.
We're not even going to play the time to shine thing.
Exactly. Just give it, man. Just tell me what you got.
I really appreciate it. One of the big things we're doing this month is for our first responders, so specifically the police department, everybody that's a first responder, including military and paramedics, anybody that's out there on the front lines trying to help manage the chaos that's happening right now. We are giving them 10% off in the store.
Cool.
Wow, and that includes firearms, that includes everything. And the reason we're doing that is we want them to know that they're extra special to us right now with everything that they're having to deal with on both sides of the fence, where leadership can't make up their minds on a lot of things.
Good Lord.
And so for them to stay there and to be there is important, and we need to recognize them. So like the police officers that were out today.
Yep.
Some of the other stuff we got going on for everybody, we got 5% off of guns. If you're a member, get an additional 5% off. We got some specials on membership, 10% off of everything in the store. We got buy 4, get 2 free boxes of 9mm.
Goodness.
I know.
I'll be in right after this interview.
That's some craziness.
I got to ask this. Now, I've never shot, guns and stuff at this.
You were in the Army for 8 years.
Well, in the Army I shot, but I never shot in a controlled environment. We'll call it a controlled environment.
It is very controlled in there.
My only question is, after I shoot it, do I have to clean the weapon?
No, you're fortunate that you don't. And the big piece, I'm going to just cut out.
We hope so. I did too.
The big piece too is that education is huge here for us.
Right.
And so it's important that we get in here and we educate everybody, and we provide state-of-the-art training with some really, really good educators. We got Patch down with 10th Group. He comes up here, does some training for us. We have Tyler here. He is currently the IDPA state champion, which is really cool.
That is.
And that's a really key component for why we started this business originally, was educating the public on their options for safety. So it doesn't mean you have to light guns, just means you got to know about them. Right?
Yep. Agreed. What are your age limits on the range?
10 and up.
10 and up, okay, cool. Yep. And what other rules you have? Got to wear closed-toed shoes. What are some of the other ones?
Closed-toed shoes is the big one. Low-cut blouses can cause some hot brass issues.
I won't wear one.
I'm not going to stop you, but I will tell you that you got to be careful if you're wearing something low-cut, because you could end up doing a dance, and we don't want to make sure you do anything unsafe.
Okay.
But yeah, we encourage you to bring your kids in, teach them about safety and education. We provide free courses once a month with regards to that, as well as a whole variety of other training.
All right, so. O'Reilly. Okay.
We're good now.
So
Got
there
it.
we go.
That interview went a lot better than I thought it was.
It did. The only bad thing about the interview is it was very short.
Well, we got interrupted because we had a VIP show up.
Right,
So, but
right.
yeah, with the interview that we can never air because every other word is the F-bomb. Tig, we'd still love to talk to you, dude.
Well, I haven't. I talked to his good friend here in like 3 weeks or whatever.
Uh-huh.
We're supposed to have John Tigger on.
That'd be cool.
He's either going to Zoom in or he's going to come in studio, and we're going to do the interview. I'm going to let you talk real quick because I got to do some things on the.
You got to mash buttons?
I got to. So one of our sponsors, they.
Black screen.
Black screen.
That's got to be good.
That's okay because we're still talking. There we go. No, one of our sponsors, they sent over a commercial video, and I'm trying to get that going. So while I'm doing that, I was going to have you talk a little bit of what we're planning for this Saturday, because we've kind of got like a special event thing going, and
Yep.
I was going to have you talk about it. And no, it's not going to be the dog shock collar thing that everybody's like really been asking about that. It's like they really want me to get
shocked.
to shock myself.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we'll do. Is we'll strap a collar to your, nether region. I know a lot of radio shows would simply put it on your neck, but that's not going to work. So it's a one-time use shock collar. We'll put it down below and we'll press play, and I'll just sit there and tell you dad jokes, and every time you laugh. Max, if you're listening, I need all of your dad jokes. Some of them are pretty good. Hey, some of the other radio shows that we have here on MBR are outstanding shows.
Yes,
if you have
they
not
are.
heard the Max Waite Show, that is an excellent show.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
have
he's
not-
hilarious.
He really is. I love his collection of dad jokes. I'm an advocate for dad jokes. Midnights with Moon. Man, she plays some awesome tunes. I
really
love
does.
this. I'm a Queensryche fan, and she always manages to fit a Queensryche song
And
in
if
there.
you didn't know, she provides the music for the HTrain show because they flagged me because I played Lady Gaga one day.
I would have flagged you for playing Lady Gaga. Well, let's be honest. Lady Gaga's got some pretty decent tunes. I'm not gonna. It's not my style of music, but yeah. What's some of the other ones? DJ EJ. What is the name of his show?
The 80s Rock Show.
The 80s Rock Show. That dude comes up with some tunes that I don't know where he. Oh, he said he finds them on this top 100 Billboard chart that he goes with. And I think he's into the 90s right now, isn't he? He's like on the top.
He started doing a show. It's on Friday nights right after Moon, and it's the like 90s at night or something like that. I
it's an
forget.
awesome show. I love
But
listening to it.
It's pretty cool. And I'm like, you want to podcast that now too? And he's like, yes,
Yes.
please. And I'm like, okay.
The show on Sunday mornings, the church, the Pastor
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
Pastor Gary. That's if you need to listen to some church services, you need to get a little bit of Jesus in your life. Pastor Gary's show on Sunday mornings is awesome. What else? What other shows we got?
We've got the country. Like, if you really like country,
I do not.
If you really like country, every Sunday at it's at 9 Mountain Standard Time till about 1 o'clock. I try to listen to his show.
Is that the?
But
you can't do country music either.
I cannot do it. That's the worst thing about being a DJ is when you go and DJ a show, you have to play what people want you to play, okay? There's this one song that I cannot stand. It's by like Vidal or Waddell. I forget her name, but it's a woman. And people,
You're talking about Adele?
Yes, that's it.
That's not country music.
I cannot stand her. No, but I'm saying whenever I go to like a DJ event, and people come up to me and they're like, "We want you to play this." It's like pulling my teeth because
You don't like Adele?
I hate her.
Really?
I hate her with a passion.
She's got that one song about lighting fire to the rain or
I
something.
don't like it at all.
I like it.
I don't
like it.
Listening to her is like going and watching the New Kids on the Block doing their hip thrust. Okay, I just don't like it.
So I have a very good friend. His name is Troy Everett. He is a jiu-jitsu brown belt here in the Denver metro area.
Yeah.
And he is highly competitive. He competes internationally. Well, I don't know about internationally, but nationally. He competes on every stage he can get himself on. He always comes out to his walkout songs are New Kids on the Block, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, all that stuff. If you've ever seen, he's a hulk of a man, and he comes walking out on stage. I didn't know who this guy was. He comes walking out to, and if I'm lying, I'm dying, to the Price is Right theme. And he's got like the name tag, and he's like, Troy Everett, come on down. And he comes out on the stage and whatnot, dude, and he wrecked the dude he was fighting against. You would never see it coming. Worse than that, he plays in one of my favorite bands. It's called It's Always Sunny in Tijuana.
Okay.
And it is a super heavy metal band.
Okay.
And if you like I Prevail, if you like Code Orange, if you like any of those, they're very, very, very similar. And yeah, so you'd never see it coming from this dude. But he's up on stage wearing like a New Kids on the Block shirt. And you're
interesting.
like, dude, interesting is the word I would use. He's a monster. So yeah, Troy. If you ever get a chance to watch Troy Everett fight, I highly recommend it. Next time they do Fight to Win, we'll get some tickets, and I'll let you come check him out. He's a monster. The fights don't last long, say the least. The fights don't last long.
Well, I listen to like Lady Gaga and all that stuff, but the only time I don't listen to that is when I'm riding on my bike. Because I'm sitting here, riding on my Harley.
Motorcycle, not bicycle, folks.
Riding on my Harley. My wife's on the back.
This is what it looks like when you're riding a Harley.
Yeah, well, whatever. But I'm like riding, and my wife looks at me, and she's like, "You really gonna play that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm here, kicking to Lady Gaga's Poker Face, and then this guy pulls up right beside me, and he looks at me, and he's like, dude, Lady Gaga on a bike? He's like, just give me your man card already. And so I'm like, God.
Well, like my buddy Leaf is listening right now, and I know he's in parts unknown right now, and he rides motorcycles as well and bicycles and stuff like that. Hey, folks, that's what we want to hear today. That's what we're looking for from you guys. What's your guilty pleasure? If you're on your motorcycle, if you're in a car with the windows up, sitting in traffic,
guilty pleasure.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Who our audience is? You know what they're going to write, and we're not going to be able to broadcast that on the air. Do you know who our audience is?
I do. I want to hear your guilty pleasure for your tunes.
Oh, God.
I'm going to come out with it. I love cover tunes. So, like, if you know who Leo Moricelli is, he does nothing but cover tunes. Five Finger Death Punch just did.
I like Five Finger.
They've got some great cover tunes. Who's your favorite cover? Who do you like? Who's your favorite cover tune?
I don't really listen to the covers.
Really?
I don't really listen.
Love
to the
them.
covers.
I love the remakes.
But I love Five Finger Death Punch.
I do.
I haven't found a song yet that I don't like.
What's their House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah.
That is an old song from the Animals from like the 1960s. Is the original version of that song, and their version was better. They also did Blue on Black.
Okay,
by Johnny Edgar.
I didn't know that was covered.
Or Johnny Winters. Hey, it's Reed. What's up, Eric Reed with an A? Good to see you. Yeah, they do some pretty cool covers. I don't listen to country music, so I don't know. So if you're a country music fan and do they do covers of country tunes? I mean, is anybody like covering the Judds and Dolly Parton?
Do. I forget the one song, but it's like I forget the song. But they country does a lot of cover songs. Oh yeah.
I have it saved on my radio, but it's from my daughter.
They've got to do something because you guys can't do anything original since Johnny Cash. Boom! I just said that.
Have you heard his cover of Hurt?
No, I haven't.
So he does a cover of the Nine Inch Nails song called Hurt, and it is significantly better than the original version of the song.
Leo rocks, yes. My friend
Carolina Beach Music. What's Carolina Beach Music, PJ?
I'm afraid to ask.
I want to know now.
my friend Luke, he turned me on this guy named Leo.
He has
a YouTube channel.
Yes, Leo Moricelli. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, I was trying forever to get the guy on the show.
Dude, you know where he is?
I haven't been there. Yeah, he's like overseas somewhere.
He's in Sweden. That dude's Swedish. Have you ever heard him talk? He's like, I love the country music. Yeah, you're darn tootin'. You know, that dude is straight out of Sweden.
That's what I'm doing wrong. I need a translator. I need somebody to like write me a Swedish letter so I can send him. Maybe he doesn't understand my email.
Have you ever had their fish?
No.
Swedish fish?
No.
Amazing. Really good. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke. They're gummy fish. That's all they are. Oh, my. Yes. In Sweden. That's Sweden, Luke. Yes, we're aware. Now, so, PJ, I want to know what Carolina Beach Music is. I'm going to be Googling this later to find out what Carolina Beach Music is. I want to know. Johnny Cash has a whole disc of covers. He does. EJ, you're listening to the show? Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you listening to us, too. We love you guys, too.
He's listening because he heard we was talking good about his
show.
That's what it is.
That's all it is, yeah.
He's
We're
like,
pimping his show out, yeah.
Since they're pimping on my show, I better listen to theirs.
Yeah, well, that's completely true.
But,
so now that's 4 listeners.
But but he's not really listening. What he has it on the auto-generate the captions, and he's pooping and he's watching the video and reading the caption.
Hey,
that's what he's doing.
I don't care how you enjoy the show. If it's from the toilet, if it's in the cab of an 18-wheeler, if you're deployed like some of my friends are, that's not a Swedish accent. Yes, it is. It's the same. That's the Swedish chef right there, baby. I love me the Swedish chef. Come on, man. I grew up on the Muppets.
I love that guy.
Uh-oh.
We have a call.
Oh, God.
This could be bad.
This
could be bad. This is not timed, everybody. I have no idea who we're talking to, but
welcome to the HTrain show and no swearing.
Yes.
Who's this?
All right, man. How's it going, guys?
It's
going good. Who are we talking with?
You're talking to Hitler. What's up? Hail Hitler, hail Hitler, hail Hitler, hail Hitler.
Oh, man, no. You can't do that. Hang up the phone. Come on, man. Really?
Was that one of your friends?
Yeah. From an 801 area code?
Wow, this is awesome. This is
does
great.
That?
So this is awesome. Let me tell you. Last week we had some guy trying to sell us herpes. This week
us herpes.
This week we have somebody trying to sell us Hitler.
Oh, who's got that kind of time on their hands? They can call a radio show and do that.
Hey, you know what? That's okay though.
Shouldn't you be at a protest or a riot or something like that? Or good Lord, man, that makes our point. With our what we're going to talk about later today with the whole what is it the just because it's your opinion doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
Well, there you go. That caller just proved it.
I thought he was one of your friends.
Why would you think that?
Well, you know.
Wow, dude, it's the haircut, isn't it?
I don't know.
If it's the same dude, don't even answer.
I don't even know if it's the same dude. Is it the same
It's
guy?
the same dude. Just hang it up.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, there we go. All right. Well.
This is why we need a call screener. If you are a veteran and you are an intern and you'd like to be a call screener for the HTrain show, by all means. Because clearly we need it.
Clearly. That's okay. You know, the more popular we're going to get.
The more whack jobs
we're going to get. But that's okay. That's all right. You know why that's okay? Because it brings the show attitude.
I think we can do away with the phone calls for tonight.
Probably. In fact, you know what? We will. We'll just close the phone lines for right now, and the only way that you can reach us is through text. And when we'll open the phone lines again a little bit later. But
when dopes aren't calling.
Yeah, but that's what we'll do. So not a problem. But anyways,
the first time? You've been broadcasting a long time. Is that the first time you've had that?
Yeah. But
I think it's a sign of where our nation is right now.
We're getting popular now.
We are?
We're getting popular now.
Both of our moms are listening? Or both of our dads, excuse me? Yeah. We have 2 listeners.
Right? Well, hey, it's that time. We're going to get ready. We're going on a music break. And when we come back off that music break, it is me and Rob's favorite. It is the What The segment. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Founded in 2012, the Colorado Golf Foundation is providing opportunities through the game of golf to thousands of kids throughout our state.
Foundation was really an idea for me to have a chance to give back to the game of golf. It's given me so much.
By focusing on 4 main areas: youth player development, community partnerships, caddy programs, and college scholarship opportunities, the foundation was created to support golf organizations and programs that build important life skills and character with an emphasis on instilling hard work and self-reliance in young people. The Solich Caddy and Leadership Academy is one program impacting kids who otherwise would never get a chance at being exposed to golf.
Those kids would have never been on this golf course. They would have never been able to learn the game of golf. They would have never had the opportunity to be a caddy and possibly get a scholarship.
One of those kids is Josh Aguilar, an Evans Scholar enjoying his freshman year at the University of Colorado.
I'm actually studying, I'm in the engineering school pursuing an environmental engineering degree. So I'm looking forward to that, and I actually plan on going to law school after and getting into environmental law.
Opportunities that would never have been available to him without the Colorado Golf Foundation and the Solich Caddy and Leadership Academy.
It teaches you a lot about life, like a lot of work ethic, like having to get up and be at the course at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you just get to meet a lot of cool people who are doing a lot of really cool things.
Mentors and role models who are shaping a young man's life in ways that he never could have imagined.
I've always looked up to some of the guys who work for the WGA, like the type of people they are, like the Evans Scholar alums, because they've graduated and gave back. So it's like something to be a part of that I want to aspire to do.
To see the kids that have applied for the scholarship and really shine and really get it and make the most of it is so rewarding.
Whether it's teaching kids the values and fundamentals of the game or developing future leaders and scholars on the course, in the classroom, and our community, the Colorado Golf Foundation is committed to doing our part to shape the next 100 years of golf in the state of Colorado.
Hi, my name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally.
When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt the squeeze of my hand and I looked down, my daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, and when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband, Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them and their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in life and in the arena. Photography was always a little hobby of mine, taking pictures I could essentially hide behind the camera and did not have to socialize with anyone. In 2018, at an obstacle challenge, I was just randomly taking pictures and I posted a few on Facebook. Those pictures got noticed, and with the help and encouragement of a few close friends, I agreed to take official pictures at an event, and to my disbelief, people actually paid me money for them. In the last 2 years, I have launched a website to advertise and promote my photography and offer horsemanship coaching. My goal and hope is that through my passions, horses, photography, and coaching, I can help others so they do not have to struggle alone like I did.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
7 months ago was the first laser engraving I did. Didn't know what I wanted to do as far as my art. I used to hand carve, custom carve all the time. I was so excited. I opened it up, I plugged it all in, and I go, how do I get a picture onto something from this now? Wood is really unique in what it offers. It offers different characteristics, and I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. Wood is just gorgeous. My friends look at it, they've always known that I've had an artistic side and that I really enjoy art. I enjoy doing different things. Wood has a story to tell, just like anybody's life. When I'm driving down the road, if I see an old cedar tree that's dead, I try to grab it. People have a lot of memories in photographs. They have a lot of things that tell a lot about their life, people that are in their life currently, people that aren't in their life any longer. I always worked with art. I always built tables, water features, did custom artwork. I was on the road all the time. Wanted to do something where I could spend time with my wife and my family without traveling all the time. And this seemed like a nice segue to open the store, sell custom furniture, make custom furniture, and do the custom laser engraving. I have a theory. Most people don't know how to tell you what they want, but they know what they like when they see it. I want to end up getting better and better every single day with what I do.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise. We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's
show.
All right, we're going. All right, and when you're back, you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. It's the HTrain show. And I was telling you I was getting ready to go back on. I forgot to mute the mic, so they totally heard it while they were listening to the intro thing.
They get to listen to us and music at the same time. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Right? Right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is my favorite, your favorite. It is the
What the
segment.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh, I love this.
Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra? And what is this one?
Oh, this?
Uh-huh.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Mm-hmm. You have no regrets?
Dad?
No? Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the?
I love that.
I know, right? We've been playing that for I don't know how long, and it's funny every time.
It is, in fact.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Just that one scene from that movie.
Well, if you didn't know, everybody, we and until somebody comes up and says, "Hey, we're tired of this," we're gonna keep doing that because, like I told our producer, we keep getting numbers. Today's What the Moment is the great Omni, and
Good
we
Lord.
evidently have to. Here we go. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna let you read it, Rob. And all right, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and read it.
All right, Circus Freaks continuation. So we do love our Circus Freaks, folks. But hey, if you got better suggestions for the what the moment, things we should talk about, stuff like that.
Oh, got the echo. If you got other suggestions besides Circus Freaks, we'll hear them. We'll entertain all comers. Send us what you got. So let's see what we got here. Horace Leonard Riddler, the great Omi. And if you're not looking at that picture, good Lord. Born in England to a wealthy family. Really? And lived a life of privilege. Horace joined the British Army in World War I. A circus freak and a veteran.
Wow.
I like him a lot. And left the military in 1922. In 1927, he started with the famed tattooist George Burchett and logged 150 hours of tattoo work to accomplish his zebra stripe look that he designed himself. Wow. Okay. With his tattooed look, Horace created a character, the Great Omi. After a while, he still felt like he wasn't interesting enough, so he started getting piercings and stretching his ears. The original ear gauges. Look at that.
That's where that came from.
He was doing about 10 shows a day in New York as a sideshow circus freak. So he's a legit circus freak. When World War II started, Horace tried to re-enlist and was rejected due to his appearance. Can you imagine you're one of them Nazi dudes and a dude from the British Army comes running across at you looking like that? The armies should enlist people that look like that. That'd be perfect.
Right?
I mean,
that's intimidating, kind of.
I completely agree. He then decided to use his fame to sell war bonds instead. So the dude's a patriot. Horace was married and led a pretty normal life. He passed away in 1969. That's the great Omi.
Wow.
I'm impressed. I like a circus freak and a veteran. I'm extremely impressed. And just so you guys know, H tried to call that phone number back from the jerk that called us earlier. And, of course, he wouldn't take our phone call.
Of course.
Huh.
Of course.
What's up, man?
A horse, of course. But that's okay, because now we're going to open up the phone line. Hopefully.
And we recognize that number.
Hopefully he doesn't ruin it. But we're going to play everybody's game. Everybody's favorite game.
Let's hear your pickup line.
What's your pickup line? You
For
see this guy in a bar. What is the pickup line? And
ladies,
today,
let's hear it. How you getting them?
And today, the prize, we'll give you a sticker. That ain't no problem.
You can get a free sticker from Colorado Biker Lawyer. We'll hook you up there. And I'll bet I can hook up with our friends from Colorado Motor Service, and they'll throw a sticker in too, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah. No, today what we're doing is from our fine folks at Coffee Cabin.
Oh, Wes, look at that.
We are giving away the Jack Daniel coffee bean, the barrel. Or
really?
Yeah, I forgot to bring the
stuff
to
show it off.
But that is what we will be giving away.
Super cool.
And I don't really drink coffee, but
I don't
like I
either.
gave some to my father-in-law because he loves coffee, and
See,
he said that it was really, really good.
So now I have a concern there. So let's
Okay.
say you're sipping your morning Joe, you're
Yeah.
on your way to work at your office job in the tech center or wherever it may be, and you're drinking your Jack Daniel's flavored coffee, and you get pulled over for rolling through a stop sign or something
he
like
said
that.
after you like roast or whatever, it's just the flavor. You there's no alcohol content.
But try convincing the cop of that as your, sir, have you been drinking this morning at 8 a.m. on your way to work?
That's true. That's very true. Well, it's really weird because like when I was in the military,
You were in the military? Well, that's cool. I didn't
When
know.
I was stationed at Carson, I was so worried. Like if I had like maybe one beer or something,
Yeah.
I was really worried about going into Fort Carson because
they'll get you.
They'll get you.
They will.
They're really good at that. And one of my friends was like, "Oh, dude, you'll be okay. Just put just put a thing of dip and go to McDonald's and buy a double quarter pounder." So that's what I did, and they passed me on, and I'm like, "Wow, I won't ever do this again. I'm just gonna take this as a
A lesson learned.
a lesson learned kind of thing." Yeah, because my thought process was, I drive there, I park the car, and I'll sleep in the bed of the truck.
For one beer?
Well, I was planning on drinking a little bit
Oh.
more, but I turned around and like I don't want to say that they ditched me,
Yeah, I get you.
but they were gone.
So I was at Fort Riley, Kansas for a little while as an instructor. Just for a short time, folks. Don't get upset. I wasn't there stationed or anything. I was TDY there. I promise. And we would go watch the UFC fights in downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
And there was more than one or two nights where I woke up in the back of a pickup truck that was driving back to post. Sound asleep in the back of a pickup truck. Been there myself. Yep. Do you remember the night? Are you a UFC fan?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. So you're not. I'm a big fan of a guy named Rich Franklin.
Okay.
One of my favorite fighters. And he fought a guy named Anderson Silva. And Anderson Silva kind of just surprised him and stomped him. And, yeah. That night, I drank myself silly and wound up asleep in the back of a pickup truck. And, yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Well, it was kind of cool because, like, I had a police officer one time. I had drunk a lot of Long Island iced teas because I came over from Germany, so I couldn't get that buzz. So I was drinking like 5 or 6 Long Island iced teas to get a buzz. And I was getting ready to sleep in the truck, and the police officer came over, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm getting ready to sleep." And he's like, "Okay, so do me a favor." He's like, "I'm not going to give you a ticket," which I can.
Okay.
He's like, "But take your keys, put it in your glove box, close it." And I'm like, "Okay, why am I doing this?" Because I'm a little scared right now because I'm drunk.
What happens now?
He's like, "The reason why you do that is because when you put your key in the ignition, I can give you a ticket for a DUI."
Yep, I've gotten friends that have gotten that.
But
Sound
he was-
asleep in the car.
But
keys
he
in the
was
ignition.
very cool about it.
That is cool.
And I told him, I'm like, "Well, if I sleep in the bed of the truck, can I do that?" He's like, "It would be better if you
Just put the keys in the glove box."
Put the keys in the glove box.
Yeah.
Because he's like, if you were, I forget what he called it, but like, if you're outside your truck in your bed, they can get you for public intoxication.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
But he's like, they can't get you if you were in your vehicle the worst that will happen is they knock on the door and say, "Hey, you can't be here," and then they make you like call a taxi or something like that.
I was driving cross country. This has happened to me a few times. I was driving cross country, same thing, and I needed to take a nap. So I pulled off the highway, pulled off the side of the road, found myself a little underneath a little bridge or something like that, parked the truck. I was driving a Chevy Blazer, I think it was. And same thing, local cop taps on the window. He's like, "Hey, man, you can't sleep here." And I'm like, "Really? I'm okay. All right. You want me on the road tired? That doesn't make any sense, but all right, whatever." One time I was hunting, and I was down in the grasslands on the Colorado-Oklahoma border.
Right.
And I hadn't gotten anything, so I parked my truck in the middle of a field, and I cranked the seat back, and I went to sleep. And a public works officer pulled up alongside. I'd only been asleep for like an hour, and same thing, knocked on the window. "Hey, man, have you reserved a camp spot?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just sleeping here in my truck." And he's like, "Yeah, people pay for campsites. You can't just sleep here." Oh, okay. So I ended up driving back home, which was like 5 hours away from there. I drove through the night, and I'm like, This is just silly. And I'm not driving another 5 hours in the next day to go up and get another day of hunting in. So,
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get an animal that year. It was a bummer.
Wow.
Empty freezer.
There are some police that are nice, and then there's some police that, let's just face it, man, they got bullied in high school. They
There
got
are
that
some of
badge,
those.
and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do a power trip."
A lot of cops right now, cops are getting a bad name right now.
Right.
A lot of them have the best of intentions and are doing the job right and are doing what they're supposed to do. But you got the onesies and twosies that are just putzes. And apparently you run into them. Those are the ones that knock on your window at 1 o'clock in the morning and be like, "You can't sleep here."
And guess what, folks? We have that in today's society. Majority people in society, they're very nice. But there's onesies and twosies that are just complete buttheads.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
But that's not just police. I mean, that's every profession. If you worked in an office, if you work in an office, if you worked, no matter what, if you're a gym teacher, if you're I don't even know, if you're a truck driver, there's always the one that's a putz.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what the profession is.
No,
their mistakes are
doesn't
just
matter.
bigger. There's a more
exactly.
public.
Yeah, you have nice firefighters, and then you have others that they're just officers, and they just don't think their poop stinks.
Yeah, I haven't met too many jerk firefighters. I'm sure they're out there, but I haven't met too many of them.
I've met one firefighter that, he thought he was God's gift to women. Literally.
How's that possible? I'm God's gift to women. Dude, whoever you talk to about the air conditioning, dude, I'm a fan. That breeze is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Because, man, it gets hot in here.
It gets hot.
People don't understand that.
And we want to know why we have LED lights and it's so hot in this room.
LED lights that are throwing off massive amounts of heat. But
well, what's funny is at the end of the night when I turn it off and I touch it, it's not hot.
Why is it so warm in this studio?
I have no idea.
The other thing I'm taking from this right now is there are no ladies that are going to hit on the Great Omi.
No.
Nobody's got a pickup line for the Great Omi.
Nobody's got.
And I get it, ladies. I get it. If you're not going to walk across the bar and pick up a guy that looks like that.
Either that or the prize, it's just not worth it to them.
Wes's Coffee? Have you ever had it? Wes's Coffee's the best.
Maybe they've never had Wes's Coffee.
If you haven't been to the coffee cabin in Parker.
Either Texas on the Facebook line, we have.
Looks like you have an unread message there. Hi H, you have one unread message. It's probably that jerk.
Yeah, it's the jerk.
Oh, he sent us a lift code. Thanks. Appreciate. Whatever, man.
No, you know what? I think we was on the wrong phone number. The MBR, because we sometimes do pranks. We have 9 numbers.
But only one we give out for the show, thankfully.
Only one. The number is 720-619-0627. Hit us up, text us on the phone number, call us on the phone number, or leave us a message on the Facebook thing right now. Let us know
So speaking of your 619, which I love the way that transcribes it, did you really reach out to a wrestling federation for us?
I did.
And we're going to be a part of a wrestling show?
Yes. In fact, I forgot to.
Can I wear the outfit?
I forgot to call Matt. They had the idea of a contest of me and you doing a body slam contest.
That is a terrible idea.
That's what my wife said. She's like, that was a terrible idea. Rob is going to eat you for breakfast.
So, what? Well, that was not what I was picturing. So, I'm at a jiu-jitsu tournament, right?
Yeah.
And I can't believe I'm going to tell this story on air. Eric Reed, you're going to like this one. I'm at a jiu-jitsu tournament, and I'm getting ready to go out for my first fight. And my coach is standing next to me, and he's like, hey, that's your opponent right there. And I'm like, okay, what about him? He's like, he's limping. Look at his left leg. I'm like, okay. He's like, when you go out there, you're going to attack that left leg. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's got an injury. All right. So I go out there, dude, and this is actually a buddy of mine. So if you're listening, it's not Butch. It's I forget what his first name is, but it's a friend of mine. So I attack that left leg. I take him down. I get him in an arm bar. I submit him. 90 seconds, done.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Get up off the mats, shake his hand. Ref raises our arms. He's got multiple sclerosis. I beat up a guy who's handicapped. I felt so bad. I walked off the mat, and I'm looking at my coach, and I'm like, I have never been more mad. And my coach is listening right now, too. And I'm like, yeah, it was not a good thing. I was like, really? Wow. I just beat up a handicapped dude? That dude gets a special parking spot, and I just beat him up. I felt like such a jerk, dude. That was... You go from this, like, super high to, oh, my God, what did I just do?
Right.
Regret is a powerful thing. So, great guy, though. He is, I think it's MS that he's got. No, it's Parkinson's. That's the one where you shake.
Okay.
Parkinson's. He's got Parkinson's. And I believe he's Parkinson's BJJ on Instagram. So, yeah, follow him, folks, because that guy's a monster. He's really good at jiu-jitsu. But,
wow,
yeah.
Okay.
Bad left leg, though.
I know a guy that does the whole. I don't know if it's jiu-jitsu or karate, but his name is Anthony Smith. He has he's missing one arm, and he fights.
Oh, yeah?
He actually owns his own.
Our friend Rustin Hughes. That guy's missing a leg.
Yeah,
and he is a monster.
Yeah,
on the
he
mat.
was telling me he was so nice, but
he steps out
he's
there.
Crazy on the mat.
Oh yeah, Rustin Hughes. If you ever get a chance to listen to, check out Be Bold Jiu-Jitsu. That dude, yeah, one-legged. He's a prior service Army veteran. Lost his leg, and yeah, he jacks up people that have got all four limbs. He wrecks them. I got some great pictures of him.
And I will tell you this, for any veteran that is watching this or listens to the podcast, I learned this the hard way. If you have an injury and you were sitting on the couch drinking beer, watching sports and feeling sorry for yourself because of what happened, in the past or whatever.
The wrong answer, folks.
It's the wrong answer. There's so many things out there. I mean, you've got, Rob's been trying to get me to do the jiu-jitsu. Like, they got the scholars.
You can't even say it right. The jin-jitsu. No, we do jin-jitsu on Friday nights.
And
Mix it with a little lemonade.
There's a scholarship. You go there. They pay
22.
for everything. You can go and basically, like, climb mountains.
Yep.
With other veterans. There's so many things out there.
The
that
We Defy
veterans can
Foundation,
defeat.
Motorcycle
Yeah.
Relief Project.
Yeah,
check out Rustin Hughes. Be Bold.
Yeah, and check this out. If you listen to this, and you don't want to listen to previous podcasts for whatever reason, and you're having a hard time, message the show. We'll tell you, hey, look, if you're looking for this or you need help with that, we'll recommend these programs.
We do vet them.
Yeah.
We vet them pretty hard.
Yeah.
We got a whole staff of interns that vets them, actually.
Well, a lot of people come to me. They're like, hey, I want a service dog. How do I do it? And I'm like, okay, well, here's all the service dog organizations. This is what you need to do.
Who hooked you up with Barrett?
Freedom Service Dogs.
Yeah. How's Barrett doing, by the way?
Well, let's just say that.
For those that don't know, Barrett just retired.
Yeah.
Barrett is his service dog, and Barrett just retired.
He's not eating he's not eating great. He's not. He can't see for crap. I don't know how many times he's ran into the freezer, and he knows where the door is. But he knows where the snacks are.
Imagine that.
He knows
I
where
like
the
his
snacks
motivation.
are. But
sorry, Wednesday afternoon. EJ is sending us messages. All right.
Okay. Yeah, we need to write all the stuff down so we don't mess up.
Speaking of which, ran into a company called Panacea Life Sciences while I was at Vet Fest.
That's what you was telling me.
I have a bag full of different CBDs and patches and tabs and all kinds of stuff for you if you want to try that stuff out.
We need to I don't know, we have to ask. We need to see if we can give away edibles on the show.
Wow, that would make us an extremely popular radio show here in Colorado.
Yes.
And it's getting legalized in a whole lot of other states too.
Because I found a edible place that
my aunt is listening. Hi, Aunt Susan.
I found an edible place that they give military discounts.
I love that. That cracks me up to no end.
And not only do they give military discounts, but they did give me some stuff to give away on the show. So
we got to find out if we're able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's a very, very touchy, subject because
you active duty folks,
can't
you
mail,
can't
play. like you can't mail it.
Oh really?
You can't mail edibles. A friend of mine was telling me that
Can you take them on a plane?
I don't know.
Like if you flew back to see Dad, can you take it with you?
I don't know the rules of that.
I don't either.
That's why I said that.
I don't imbibe.
We really need to find the rules to that.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to find because you don't hear it on. Not that anybody listens to terrestrial radio. Everybody's listening to us. But you don't hear those advertisements on regular radio or TV or anything like that. So I wonder how that works.
You don't. No, you don't. But we're gonna go on our next music break, everybody. And when we come off of that music break, we're gonna be hitting the next segment, The Ugly Truth. Just because it's your opinion doesn't mean that you're right.
Unless you've got a microphone and you're a radio DJ. 'Cause in that case, you are.
So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Tee It Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, we want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier, and I owe it all actually to this organization. I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Teed Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown, dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away.
Incredible time with awesome brothers.
I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
I can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had have been for me.
The bonding with the other guys has been just as good, if not better, than the riding.
It's like we've almost all known each other for a long time.
11, incredible dudes from all parts of the country, with similar experiences, similar backgrounds, similar affinity for motorcycles.
Learn more about each other and how to deal with the stresses of life.
The depth of that relationship is absolutely amazing to me.
These people now, they'll be brothers for the rest of my life.
This organization is extremely valuable.
We'll always have this, and I'll always be able to connect with these guys that kind of get what it is to be a veteran.
Taking home a lot of gratitude.
One of the best weeks of my entire life. I thank everybody for participating.
I just can't say thank you enough.
I think you've saved a lot of lives.
I enlisted, ready to serve, ready to defend, but my fight has just begun.
Help this hero win his fight. Visit hopeforthewarriors.org
My name is
today.
Kirk Bauer. I'm Executive Director of Disabled Sports USA.
I was in the infantry, in the Delta region.
It was an explosion. It flipped me over. I could tell I'd been hit bad. I spent 6 months in the hospital. Some veterans came to me. They had actually just begun an organization of disabled Vietnam vets and 10th Mountain Division World War II vets. When someone becomes disabled, the process of getting back into life, to regaining your confidence, to regaining your hope, to being a full participant in society is not an easy one. It's not a straight line. It's a struggle. It's a day-to-day struggle. I can't think of a better example than the young warrior that I went up Kilimanjaro with, Neil Duncan. He had been blown up in the highlands of Afghanistan. His 2 legs were off. He was breathing through a tube in his neck. You talk about a guy who's on the edge of death, who is just about finished. Neil Duncan was that man. When he finally got out of the hospital, we got him involved in sports. In his exuberance, Neil decided he was going to climb Kilimanjaro, and he just joined up with a group that didn't know anything about disabilities. They moved him too fast. He got up to 16,000 feet and couldn't make it any further. He was defeated. He had to come back. He said it was the hardest decision he ever made. He came to me and said, Kirk, I have failed, and I can't live with myself. I know I can do the mountain, but we have to do it right. Will Disabled Sports USA help me?
Mind strong, body strong, try to find.
Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You are going to face situations where you're going to be disappointed or discouraged or defeated. Don't let that stop you. Pick yourself back up and go on. And Neil made it to the top.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Hey, it's Max Waite here, the man behind the mic, as you can see. But you can check me out at Just Wait here every Monday and every Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. You'll hear some great classic rock. You'll hear today's alternative. You'll hear some great country music. We'll have fun stuff for you to listen to, might even make you laugh just a little bit. Again, I am Max Waite. You're listening to Just Wait here every Monday and every Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. on the West Coast, and make sure you tune in. Aloha!
I'm attorney Diane Sawaya. COVID may be affecting our everyday lives, but we're still here to fight for you. We may use technology.
The Honor Bell Foundation, and you're listening to the HTrain.
Okay, and we are back, and once again, you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and we cut the commercial, but we'll that's one of the first commercials that we will play. We wasn't able, since it was a recorded interview. We'll go ahead and play the sound bite of it real quick, just because we don't want to steal her time to shine away. But since we didn't do this time to shine with Josh, we're gonna do this before we hit the ugly truth. So please stand by.
Today's Time to Shine is brought to you by Law Offices of Diane Sawaya. That's smart, aggressive, compassionate. It's more than a slogan, it's our mission.
This is your time to shine, baby. It's your time to shine.
Okay, there we go.
Ooh,
so
the new updated Time to
the
Shine
new
intro. Look at
updated-
that. Hey, look at all the people listening to us right now. That's
there we
cool.
go.
Look at all those names.
Well, we're like popular.
Thanks.
I'm not gonna say what the Beatles said. The Beatles. What did the Beatles say? We're more popular than Jesus.
No, not
we're
even close. But
we're not gonna say that.
Justin, thanks for listening.
Yes.
Jim, Spencer Slingland, thank you for listening. My Aunt Susan. Thanks, Aunt Susan.
Most definitely. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is the ugly truth.
So ugly.
I don't think we should talk about the ugly truth.
Okay, so I have a little bit of a confession.
Oh, God.
And,
You're finally coming out of the closet.
Well, I know. I don't.
Cass, if you're listening, I'm sorry it had to be live on air like
I
this.
I usually don't post like personal stuff on MBR.
Okay.
Because, you shouldn't. You know?
Got you.
And if you listen to our show, we always have that little waiver in the front that says, just because it's our opinion doesn't necessarily mean that it's MBR's, okay? But in today's society, with everything going around, the nation is divided by doing this, by doing that,
Cities are burning, protests everywhere,
right,
riots
protests
everywhere.
And I think people need to realize that, when you're friends with somebody on Facebook, ultimately, if you're friends with them on Facebook, you need to be friends with them because you're friends with them, not because, oh, I know you, I only met you for 30 seconds, but hey, let's be friends on Facebook, because their interests or what they support or how they feel doesn't necessarily mean you're going to agree with everything that they do. Okay, for example, I know a woman. I've known her for a very long time. She's always been genuine with me. She's always been nice to me. Okay, so when she put on her Facebook, F the military, I knew something was going on. And I told, everybody was like, throwing knives and daggers and stuff at her. And I finally wrote to everybody, and I'm like, I think what she's saying is that she doesn't like the military but she's not saying that she doesn't like soldiers. Because me and Rob can totally agree that sometimes the military doesn't exactly treat the soldiers right all the time.
Correct. That's
Okay?
been shown over
All
and over
right.
again.
Like my old squad leader in Carson said a long time ago, that the Army is just an engine and the leaders and the soldiers are the oil that keeps it running. Doesn't necessarily mean that that engine's a great engine, okay?
It's not always firing on 8 cylinders.
No, it's not. It's not. So before, when somebody posts something, and instead of getting like all bent out of shape and mad, the first thing that I always do is say, can you please elaborate? Can you please clarify what you're talking about? About 2 weeks ago, I posted something on social media that was basically saying, just because you wear a mask doesn't mean that you're safe, okay? Because you never know, the person that's making the mask, they could have COVID-19. Or the people fixing your meal at Chick-fil-A or at any restaurant, they could have COVID-19. So just because it comes out of the package doesn't mean that you're safe. So you can sit here and wear a mask. My thinking was, this whole virus thing comes from China, okay? And you're wearing a mask that, let's face it, 9 times out of 10, the mask that you're buying is coming from China. Maybe you're lucky and it comes from Taiwan, okay? But I showed a video on my Facebook that showed like the sweatshop where they were making these masks. Totally unsanitary, okay? The only thing that I can say to those people that are very adamant about masks is that unless you're wearing, unless you took your wife's bra or your girlfriend's bra,
and we highly recommend that,
and you made a mask out of it,
please send us the pictures.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would be funny. Chances are the mask that you're wearing, it's not fixing things now. Surgeons and stuff, they wear masks. Had a friend of mine, a battle buddy. He messaged me and he's like, I understand where you're going with this. He's like, but you have a radio show and you're throwing out your opinion like it's fact. And I'm like, no, it's not a fact. This is just how I feel. Now, I could be wrong. I probably am. My wife would tell you that 90% of the time I'm wrong. Okay?
My wife would say 99% for me.
But just because I post it on Facebook and it's my opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. It's just my opinion. Now, I see a lot of people that are on my Facebook. They're posting opinions, political, masks. I've got some friends on my Facebook that they don't believe in, Christianity or or religion or anything like that. Just because I disagree with them doesn't mean that I'm going to comment saying, "Oh, you're going to hell," or "Oh, you're totally wrong. I'm going to unfriend you." No, that's not what I'm saying. But I think in today's society, a lot of people, they like to vent on social media because a lot of people, they don't have a best friend. Or maybe that best friend is overseas, or maybe their best friend is in jail, and they don't have a wife or a significant other that they can sit there and they can vent to, and they gotta get it out. I mean, how many times have I called you and I'm like, Rob, I just gotta vent.
I get it, and which is the point of the interview we did 2 weeks ago with Paul Skidmore, and his book, The Darkness Rolled Over Her,
right,
and his program 5 Coffees and a Book,
right.
If you're getting your news from social media, you're doing it wrong. That is not a news source. Nothing on there is factual. None of those pictures are real. Everything is doctored. The videos are not real. They're all doctored. They're all fixed. They're all there to give a perspective, or to give their perspective, and to send the message that they want. All of that stuff is altered. Combine that with, so I work in marketing, and I love social media. I spend my whole day on social media on several different accounts for several different companies. But social media should not be where you get your information from. And the problem is today is that it's challenging to find good sources of information.
Right.
The other radio program that I help out, she did a whole radio program on, hey, where can you get good sources of information? And they're few and far between. It's hard to find what's good information and what's not.
Like CNN, I mean, we used to watch CNN. CNN used to tell us that we were going on the raid the next day.
That's exactly right.
They knew before we did,
That is exactly right.
And CNN isn't even a great news source anymore.
And the point that Paul is making, the author, Paul Skidmore, is that, and my point as well, is people are saying things on social media to each other, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that you would never say to someone's face if you were eyeball to eyeball with them. And that's one of the things that's lost these days, is that we, obviously with COVID going on right now, we can't spend time face to face with people, and you can't have an intelligent conversation with people anymore. It's a huge challenge. I see you look at the clock. I apologize. I know I'm going on a rant.
No, that's okay.
It's you say things on social media that you would never say to someone's face. There's a guy I'm connected with on social media and the things that he puts out there and says, but it's just inflammatory for no reason. It's aggressive and it's argumentative, and he's trying to cause fights on social media. Right. He would never say these things to your face.
Right.
And that's the problem, is it gives everybody these big huevos, and people feel they can say anything they want. Twitter can be a cesspool. It can be an absolute garbage dump of people's opinions. But the problem is, if you've ever seen some of those videos of a lot of those people, they're not real people. Like, you've ever seen the video of the Chinese farm, social media farm, and it's just phones lined up around the room, and people go in there and they've got a million different accounts, and they're just sending out stuff, and it's all fluff. It's not real. Social media is not real life, folks. People are posting their pictures of their life in what the good things about it are. We don't
see
you don't call a friend and say, dude, I need to vent. I need to let some steam off real quick and lay it out. We make it a point. I mean, you were doing the whole delivering meals and things to vets, and I helping out vet friends. I go and see people eyeball to eyeball to check on them, because that gives you a completely different perspective of how they're actually doing.
Right.
Just sending a text to someone or sending them a message on Facebook, hey, how you doing? That's not enough. That's not real.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not real. They're going to tell you, hey, you ever notice that on Instagram, everybody's always smiling? That's not real.
Right.
It's a great tool for marketing. Like I said, I work in marketing. For me to be able to send a business's message out and reach thousands of people that I don't talk to normally, that's a powerful tool. You can look up, Amanda, you can look up what Paris Hilton had for lunch, and that's fine if that's what you want to use your Instagram for. But it's not real.
Right.
It's not real life.
Exactly.
Paris Hilton. Do people still listen to Paris Hilton? Is she still a thing?
Somewhat, but our producer's getting on because of time.
Sorry.
I didn't want to kick you. I didn't want to kick you off, man.
Thank you, Amanda. This is why we keep you around.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is tribute to the troops.
Tribute to Troops, sponsored by High Style and XT, custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
PFC John William Watkins was born June 24th, 1944 in Jefferson City, Tennessee. He joined the U.S. Army in 1965. He was a soldier with the C Company, 2nd Battalion, 16th Infantry. PFC Watkins started tour on March the 14th, 1966 in South Vietnam. His unit was part of the search and rescue mission called Operation Abilene. On April the 11th, 1966, PFC Watkins was ambushed by the Viet Cong. They fought for 5 hours and suffered major casualties. PFC Watkins lost his life due to the hostile fire. He was awarded the Purple Heart. PFC Watkins' name is on the Vietnam Wall. He is predeceased by his parents and 2 siblings and is survived by 1 sibling. On behalf of everyone here at MBR and the HTrain show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you, PFC John William Watkins, for your service and sacrifice. PFC John William Watkins, end of watch, April 11th, 1966.
All right, and once again, we want to thank Amanda Opdyke for not only keeping us on scheduled time,
that too,
but we want to thank her for her research with the veteran. It's to my understanding that her family, or the veteran's family, was watching today. That's why she wanted to make sure that we was on time. So to that veteran's family, we really thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you for sharing that story with us as well. We're honored to share it.
And we want to say thank you to Chris Eves for doing the tribute. Ever since he came on board, the tributes are way more professional. With that being said, we're going to go on a music break. And when we... Okay, so, and I did it again. That's okay. For those that are listening on the app, we just was saying that the veteran that we just did the tribute to,
PFC John William Watkins,
his family was listening in today, and we thank his family for watching and thank them for their service. And we also want to say to Amanda Opdyke, thanks for research on the veteran, and to Chris East, ever since that he started with us doing the tribute. It sounds way more professional.
It's awesome.
For everybody else, because we're in a time crunch because I keep messing up, we're going to go on a music break. And when we come off that music break, yes, it's definitely going to be short. When we come off that music break, it's the 2-minute warning. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not ready just yet. So I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you, MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just totally level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
Hey, this is John Lujan, retired Marine Corps Sergeant, and you're listening to the HTrain Show.
All right, and we are back, and you are listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show, and I've already got yelled at by Rob, bad placement of music right after the tribute, the Highway to Hell, and
Moon, we're gonna talk.
It's all the interns' fault.
That's right. Blame the interns. Should have been Stairway to Heaven.
But it's that time, Rob. It is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
All All right, so
looking at the clock, it's going to be the 30-second warning.
I know. and our interview of the week, because I didn't get to press it, our interview of the week is brought to you by...
Today's interview of the week is brought to you by Colorado Moto Service. We make motorcycles happy, and they tend to make their owners even happier.
Okay, so, Rob, what did you learn today?
I learned that you got unfriended by people on Facebook, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
That makes me unhappy.
I learned today that you are learning because you pointed out that I didn't hit the mic button, and I totally would not have gotten that.
Just like a monkey, I can be trained.
All right, everybody. That is the show for today. You know what? I'm going to let you read it this
Heck
time. Yeah.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight. And remember, we're here for you, not for us,
giving our veterans a voice. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Military Broadcast Radio, giving veterans a voice.